ICT professionals and students have the industry knowledge and education required for a rewarding ICT career. ICTAM is here to provide the additional skills and tools you'll need to connect with Manitoba's ICT community. Are you ready? Welcome to ICTAM's Guide to the ICT Resume. These guidelines provided by Manitoba ICT human resource professionals include a checklist to help you prepare a proper resume.
Epic is a Manitoba IT solution provider focusing on infrastructure solutions. We have over 80 professionals working for our company with over 400 IT certifications. IT professionals are core to our business. They are the most important resource we have inside our business. So as a result, we want to hire them as employees. We don't want contractors that may come and go. We hire recently graduated students all the way to 10-year veterans or more. When we're hiring IT professionals, we're looking first and foremost for communication ability, culture fit, and most importantly, the ability to learn. We can teach any skill that they require, but we can't create culture fit or good communication strategies.
Modern Earth is an internet services company, so companies from around the world hire us to create websites, to create online applications, to do online marketing. Essentially, anything that's related to the internet, Modern Earth delivers for clients globally. One of the key qualities we look for when hiring an IT professional is, it's very simple, communication. Being able to communicate with team members, being able to communicate with clients, being able to communicate ideas, that's highly important to us. The IT people that we look for are the ones that are inspired and they're passionate about what's happening with IT. Because it's not just a job, it's not just a career, but it's actually an opportunity that anybody can change the face of the world by developing new tools and processes and websites and applications that actually affect how people interact and create new types of interactions. It's hard to think of any other field where you can have that type of impact.
My name is Dana Neal, and I'm a people care guide and recruiter for Online Business Systems. Online Business Systems is an IT consultancy that provides technology and business solutions to typically large organizations across North America. I've been in HR and as a recruiting specialist for close to 15 years, and I've recruited all over the world, and I've seen tens of thousands of resumes. When I'm asked to give advice on a resume, what I do is I ask the person, what are the 3 most important points of the job description, and now how can we tailor your resume to speak to those points? In IT, we're looking for experts, not jack of all trades. So you really need to customize your resume to that individual job description. Have multiple resumes. If you applied for 20 different positions, you should have 20 different resumes. Using the same resume for every job that you apply to is like using the same golf club for every stroke of your game. Each resume should be customized to the individual job that you're applying to. The easiest way to make multiple resumes is to create a master resume first. This is a long-form document that's not intended for public use, that is exhaustive of all of your experience, that you use to cut and paste the individual customized resumes you're going to use to make your applications. To keep a resume relevant and on target, make sure that you're including the information that matters most to what the employer is looking for. Rather than an objective statement, you should focus your time and energy on the qualification summary. Previously, we talked about looking at the 3 most important points of a job description and then finding ways to dial the resume into that. So what you do is you highlight at the top of your resume the experience that you already have that is relevant to the job that you're applying for. What this does is this exudes confidence, and it shows that you are already qualified for the job and you are saying, I've arrived, I am here. Another key point to remember is to try and keep that resume down to 2 to 3 pages maximum. Leave your references off your resume. If you include your references in your application, it can be interpreted as a lack of confidence. It can really be a red flag if there's a whole lot of unrelated information included in a resume to a job application. This can make an employer or recruiter think that a potential candidate may lack strategic thinking. Avoid using objective statements in your resume. So what are objective statements? They're striving to, looking for, wanting to be. Basically, what they're saying is that you're not there yet. And they set a tone at the beginning of the resume that makes the reader subconsciously think that you're not actually qualified. If you're going to apply for a job in IT, you probably shouldn't fax or send a hard copy. If you do that, you're pretty much guaranteeing that your information is not getting stored in any kind of candidate tracking system, and your information is likely to get lost.
Specifically, we look for things like holds in your employment. So there's a period of time, 3 years, that you weren't employed. Explain that.
Let's talk about formatting in resumes. Don't make your resume hard to read. Don't use too many font sizes and types, and make your layout simple and clean. You don't want to distract the reader from the key points in your resume because of a messy format. When preparing your resume, really put some thought into the fonts, into the layout, and into the formatting. Some tips would be, in fonts, don't use more than 2 fonts in a resume, and don't make it smaller than 10 points for your bullet points, and for headlines, don't make it smaller than 12. When preparing your resume, increasingly in a mobile world, you have to take into consideration that the odds that your resume is going to be read on a mobile device and not on a laptop and a computer is going to be very likely. If you're going to include graphic files to highlight your certifications on your resume, make sure that those graphic files are small and not large high-def files. If I'm trying to read your resume on my mobile device, it's going to take a long time for me to download your resume, and you're going to burn up a lot of my data plan. I might not even get to it, and I might just move on to the next candidate.
The resume is your proposal. You're selling, you're a salesperson, you're marketing yourself. You are your product. So when you're building your resume, you have to design it in that way. So if you want to sell yourself as a product, how would you do that? Would you include photographs? Would you, instead of using word template number 3, would you actually go to a graphic designer and have a resume design which is designed in order to be easily scanned, read, and understood by a recruiter? You have to make yourself unique on this document, which is your forum. Look at the social media tools that we're all using and ask yourself what ideas you can borrow from those in terms of media, in terms of design, in terms of placement, that would enhance your ability to actually be one of the resumes that are thoroughly read because you stand out.
Let's talk about social media. You are no longer just your resume. In fact, your resume is something that provides the recruiter or hiring manager with enough information to learn a lot more about you online. What we do online is as permanent as a tattoo that we put on our skin. It doesn't go away. So you need to think about what you're putting out there when you're looking for a job and when you're managing your career. Twitter is like a bullhorn. Facebook is the conversation around the barbecue, and LinkedIn is the conversation around the water cooler. You really need to be mindful of what kind of status updates or what kind of tweets that you're putting out there. Don't be afraid of social media. You can use your online profile as leverage to help you get your next job. If you're active in the IT community, flaunt it. Having a blog can demonstrate that you're a subject matter expert in the field that you work in. Participating in discussion groups can allow you the opportunity to learn from other people, and it can improve your networking in terms of your job search, and it can also show that you're really interested in what you do and it's not just a job. If you're going to work in IT, you really should consider having a LinkedIn profile if you don't have one already. It's a great tool for networking with people, and it's also a great way to get yourself noticed online and have recruiters reach out to you to contact you about that next potential job. Your LinkedIn profile should really just be a high-level description of your experience and your career. You don't need to go into all the details, especially if you're a job seeker. You want a recruiter to have questions for you. It's also very important to have a picture on your LinkedIn profile. And your picture should reflect who you are professionally, but be a little bit casual and also speak a bit to your character. Your LinkedIn profile should be neat, clean, and brief, and you should certainly have endorsements from previous coworkers and supervisors.
The IT industry is really the fastest moving industry on the planet. And as a result, people that love to learn or innovate can really have a great career.
IT is it. Information technology is changing everything about the planet, everything. Information technology is everything, permeates everything. I could not imagine a more rewarding career than one that is involved inside IT.
The resume guidelines from this video, along with additional work ICT videos, workshops, and information, are available online. Good luck with your ICT job applications.